UK airport to permanently close. Most flights are cancelled. Is this a sign of things to come? Back in 2020, experts warned that airports, especially the smaller ones, could be permanently closed following the COVID pandemic. Climate change has also managed to come into play. Just this month, an airport in the UK has confirmed that it is to close permanently, seeing all flights cancelled. Not only will this mean over 3,000 jobs are at risk, but thousands of flights each year will be affected. According to the Sun newspaper, Doncaster Sheffield Airport has confirmed that flights will start winding down from October 31st, and will an official closing date yet be confirmed? Peel Group, which owns the airport, said that it was no longer viable to operate due to a lack of adequate forward revenues and high operating costs. And Wizz Air, which was one of the largest operators, also pulled out, leaving just TUI flights. Aviation analytics firm Cirium said it was the 26th biggest airport in the UK, recording 4,609 flights in 2019. Could this be part of the push to make air travel history? One Nation reports, within 5 to 7 years, ordinary people will no longer have the right to fly in the way they used to pre-2020. Within 10 years, they won't have the right to fly at all. The plan is to make air travel the exclusive domain of the super wealthy only. Throughout 2022, we have seen airlines cancelling flights and routes by the bucket load. In the US, 34,000 flights scheduled for November were removed, a reduction of 40%. To date, British Airways has cut 30,000 flights from its original flight schedule for 2022, a reduction of 18%, and yet no one is really questioning any of this. There are all sorts of references to staff shortages and fuel costs, but these are just pretexts. What nobody is prepared to say is that all these cuts are being made in accordance with specific target-driven quotas from the United Nations, which the airlines all agreed to back in 2019. The goal is to gradually restrict people's ability to fly before eliminating the sector altogether. The step change approach is just to condition you into accepting it. Take a look at the 2019 UK fires document, Absolute Zero. On page 2 it states, quote, "There are no options for zero emissions flights in the time available for action, so the industry faces a rapid contraction. Developments in electric flight may be relevant beyond 2050. Page 5 sets out the timeline for 2020 to 2029, with all airports except Heathrow, Glasgow, and Belfast to close. From 2030 to 2049, all remaining airports close." That's what it states. The signs of what's happening are everywhere. France has banned internal domestic flights that are less than 2 hours. If there's a train available, you must now take the train. You can't just jump on a short-haul flight in France anymore. No one ever asked the French people if they wanted such a ban. It was just imposed on them anyway. In Norway, politicians are considering individual flight quotas, restricting how many flights you can take yearly and where. They also want to ban a ban on duty-free shopping and internal domestic flights like France. In the Netherlands, Schiphol Airport, 70% owned by the Dutch government, announced the world's first flight cap at Amsterdam Airport, the world's third largest aviation hub. Passenger taxes are to be tripled and airport charges increased 37%. Of course, climate change also manages to come into play. This is by Neam Harris on News Punch. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.